Hey, family, and welcome to another Moments of Clarity. It's a Thursday. It's a beautiful Thursday. And thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Moments of Clarity. Today, we are continuing our Artist at Heart, our creative series. I'm so excited to have my brother from a different mother, who is my mother too. Shout out to Ruth. I love you so much. I'm so excited to have my brother, Mr. Delwin Eiland, here with us today, man. He's a dope artist. He's amazing on every level, and he's definitely a creative artist at heart. So he's a perfect person for this particular live. So tune in, lean in. We're going to talk about some great things today. We're going to talk about some music he's done. We're going to just catch up. We haven't talked in a while, so this is going to be some great times, great times. We've co-wrote music together, so we're going to talk about some of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So lean in. Please do me a favor. Please give us hearts, share the live with your friends that are watching, so they can come in and watch as well. And we're going to have a great time on this creative series as we talk about arts, music, and all things Delwin Eiland on this episode of Moments of Clarity. So let's go. We are live with my boy Delwin Eiland. Delwin, what's up, bro?
What's good, man?
Good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm making it happen, man.
That's cool, man. I see you over there doing the daddy daycare thing. That's what's up. It all works.
Yeah, man. If I turn my camera around, my kids is over here. They got headphones on, eating grilled cheese and applesauce.
I love it, Doc. You are running. That's perfect. You look running the daddy daycare over there. It's perfect, Doc.
I said for the next hour, y'all can't say nothing. We'll see how long that lasts.
Like for the next hour, it's all about the music, baby. It's all about the music. Yeah, man. Delwin, man, you are an amazing gift, man, to the body, just in general, bro. It's been such a pleasure just getting to know you, and we've known each other probably like 15 years now, but just getting to know you initially and then watching your evolution, as it were, how you evolved. And I've just, man, it's beautiful to watch. And so I just appreciate your gift. I appreciate what you bring to any situation, bro, because you're always creative, you're always forward thinking. And I just appreciate that about you, bro. And you've been an extreme blessing to me, just for being you, and just being as authentic as you are. I so appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, brother, so much, more than you even know.
Man, no doubt, man. Thank you for those words. I'm a words of affirmation person, man.
Yeah,
I love languages and stuff, man. And I just always feel like people don't have to give you their words. They don't have to tell you what you mean to them. And so, man, to hear you say that is a blessing to me, man. It's words like that actually they motivate me to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. So I appreciate that, man.
You better, Doc. I ain't gonna let you stop. I'm gonna let you stop. I'm not gonna let you stop, man. So let's catch up, man. We haven't chopped up in a while. I mean, we talk every now and then via text message, but we haven't really chopped up. So since the Salem days, man, there's so much that's going on with you. So just fill our viewers in on where you are and where you've been.
Yeah. So I mean, for people that don't know, Charlie was saying we go back like 15 years. I was thinking about that on my way to work today. Like, man, we go back. I remember your visit to Salem, and I had to take you to the airport afterwards to Midway.
Yes.
To Midway, man. And that may have been like 05, 06, man. So yeah, we talking about going back like 15 years. So I spent a considerable amount of time at Salem. I was on staff as a contractor at Salem for 6 years. And then my story is like I was a contractor at Salem, but I was also working full time as a manager in the banking industry. And one day, it was 2011, man, I just heard God say it's time to let it go. Like, it's time to leave your job. And so I was actually sitting in a Wednesday night service, and Pastor Harvey Carey was there, and he was talking about having faith. And that night I emailed my boss at the bank and told him I had to go. And I didn't know what was around the corner. And then lo and behold, God will send me to a church called Willow Creek in the Chicago area. Highly influential church. I learned a lot there. I was there from 2012 until October of last year, 2019, all the time in various different worship pastor roles, from students to campuses to leading midweek services to doing weekends. Got the chance to do quite a bit of writing and, led a bunch of camps, and God used that to grow me. And then a little bit over a year ago, me and my wife, we came to Grand Rapids, Michigan to be pastors at a church called Mars Hill Bible Church. So, I mean, it's been a whirlwind, and it feels like so much has happened, but it all feels like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's been, this like succession of years that have taken place, man. But yeah, I mean, like you say, daddy daycare along the way. I got married. Me and my wife, Ashley, just celebrated 7 years.
Hey, congratulations, bro.
Thank you, bro. I got 3 kids, 2 of them in here. So like I said, if I was to turn this around, you'll see them with their covers or whatever. And 2 of them are here. The baby, she's at home. She's probably on the way to sleep soon. So yeah, a lot has happened in the last like decade, man, or definitely since you and I met 15 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah, it's been a long time, dude. I mean, there's so much. It's again, you're right. It's so much that has happened, man, and there's so much that's happened with you creatively, man. And dude, you got so much. You've always been an amazing writer. I'm gonna sing a song for you today that I don't know if you remember that you wrote.
Oh, come on.
It's gonna mess you up, dude, because it's such a great song, and I find myself singing that joint just from time to time. You wanna know what it is?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay. Arrows flying, 1,000 fall.
Oh.
I am covered from them all. Hey, I have set my face on you, 'cause I know you would see me through. Woo! Delwin!
Hey, dog.
In the shadow. Oh man, that song is great, dude. I'll be singing that song all the time.
Wow.
I said that Delwin Eiland. Oh my God.
I am in your care.
Yeah, yeah. Under your wings, I find my refuge. Yeah. 'Cause there is safety there. Ooh, Delwin!
Wow, bro.
Sir.
I can't remember, or I can't believe that you remember that, man. And like the melody, the lyrics, and everything.
Dude, that song gets me through. I'm telling you, bro. So thank you for that offering. But that's just who you are, man. You write great music all the time. I mean, we're gonna get into some of that music in a few minutes. But I mean, I just appreciate your willingness to surrender in those moments to write that, those lyrics, bro. I appreciate that, man. I ain't trying to mess you up like that, but it's real. It's real. So I'm the type of friend I'm going to constantly keep motivating you and pushing you because what you do has been strength for me, has been an anchor for me. So, man, I'm going to listen. If nobody else, if you don't have a cheerleader out there, just know Charlie Tubbs is out there like rooting you, like, there we go, there we go.
Hey, I appreciate that. And I'm going to tell you, man, like, I felt like writing came later for me. And, at Salem, man, I was surrounded by so many top-notch dudes. Jamie was on that staff, and Kevin Gray was on that staff, and was on that staff. And I was telling somebody recently, like, there were these titans around me, that had crazy pen games and could sing you, man. They could sing you to the moon and back. Each one of them. Kevin with that sweet, like mid-range range, but like will blow you away.
Kevin Gray.
Dog, man. So I always felt like, I'm gonna bring my offering, but a lot of times it just felt like it wasn't adequate. Like it felt like it wasn't good enough. And I felt like I had to live up to a certain standard that these guys had set. And Barris was there, like killing stuff on the production end. All of the musicians. I mean, we could talk forever about the people that made up that Salem nucleus, man. And it's taken years, man, just for me to embrace my skills as a writer and look at my art and say, you know what, it may not sound like this, it may not sound like that, but it sounds like me. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you remembering that song, because until you started singing it, somebody could like pay me $10,000 and say like, yo, I want you to sing this particular song, and I probably wouldn't be able to remember it, man. So yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's real, dude. That song, man, I'm telling you, it's a good song, and so people are chopping up with it. So your mom's in. Do you see your mom's message?
Oh man, I'm looking at the thing. So let me go back. Okay.
Yeah, look at me. I see mom's post. What's up, mom?
Oh,
She's
mom,
in there.
that's my mama, bro.
Yeah, that's our mom, dude. So, that's
Yes.
perfect. So your mom's in.
Okay.
That's what's up, man. So and what's up, Dana? How are you? So Dana shouting us out too. She said two of my favorite guys. That's cool. Dana Boosie
Hey, baby.
from Salem. Yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, man, I really do appreciate your gift, man. And it's always been sound to me. And even though like you had the Jamies and the Aaron Sledges and the Barris and the Kevin Grays on our team there at Salem, dude, I saw all of y'all individually as amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man,
In my brain that was like, oh no, he can do this better. That wasn't. I saw all the time I saw everybody's unique offering to the situation. And dude, that was like the Super Friends. Like I was like, man, dude, it's monsters over here.
oh man, yeah, I appreciate that. And then to never forget like Malcolm and Walter,
Yeah.
Walter
Yes.
Godfather over there, man, and still is. And so
Absolutely, man.
yeah, I learned
Yeah,
from
that's
days.
great, man. And so I appreciate Salem for that very same thing, just to be able to connect with so many. Dude, it was like an anomaly. That's rare that you would have all that power, like right, like
Yeah,
all that creativity in one space. You
yeah.
know, just
And Wendell came along, and I mean, it was
absolutely. So
yeah,
yeah, so I mean, and it never ends, dude. I mean, so Wendell Parker, Malcolm Williams, who's still there killing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's amazing, bro.
yeah,
Um, that all that talent was there together. And watch this, it was harmonious. You know what I'm saying? It
true.
wasn't no drama. It wasn't about like, man, you stealing my solo, you stealing my solo, doc. You know, it wasn't all that strange energy.
Yeah, man. And I think it's, I'll say particularly for those guys, like everybody knew exactly who they were. And for me at the time, like I was still trying to find that. And then like I say, my journey took me from Salem to Willow. And I went on a years long journey at Willow to try to find who I was within that context, because for those that don't know, Salem, all African American church, south side of Chicago, big up to Pullman and Roseland. And then,
Absolutely.
man, Willow Creek is like Barrington, you know what I'm saying? And at the time when I got there, it was, predominantly white, fantastic musicians, but it was a completely different arena. And so I had to learn my way around that until the point where I got really, really good. And it hit me that I was still trying to chase somebody else's sound, you know what I mean? And until and this is another songwriting thing, until like 2000, I want to say 17, 2018, we did a teaching series on the Minor Prophets. And one of the other worship leaders was like, yo, we should do a new song every week. And I was like, all right, cool. And I didn't realize that wasn't really nobody gonna go in with me on the writing of these tunes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 12 Minor Prophets. So I ended up writing 12 songs in 12 weeks, dog. And it was in that process that I don't know, God used that to remind me that I had good stuff. You know what I mean? And he used that to like push me to trust my instincts and trust all of the influences that have, built up music and theology and all of this stuff in me, man. And so it wasn't until just a couple years ago that I started to be fully confident in who I am as an artist and who I am as a writer. And so I don't know, maybe that'll hit some of the writers or artists that are, that this will eventually reach. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a process or a journey to get to the point of really being comfortable with yourself. And yeah, so
That's real though, and I think every artist goes on that journey of self identity,
Yep.
and because the reality is when you know who you are, you know who you're not. And so like for me as a creative, like I know I'm not Aaron Sledge, so I don't try to be. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
know I understand my uniqueness. It's almost like Gladys Knight. Like Gladys Knight is right there in that pocket. Like she ain't gonna hit them high notes, and she gonna like,
Hey,
I'm right here. Come on, join me, and
did
stay
you
right here
see
on
that
this train.
Did you see the Gladys Knight? Oh my God, dog! Hey,
Dude, are you
she
kidding?
felt there like a queen.
I'm telling you.
What's
And and
so
you and,
cool, man?
and dude, I love Patty. I've always been a Patty LaBelle fan and saw her. I loved all of that, even though she had some pitch stuff going on. Either way, whatever. But listen, that Gladys sat right there and just because
It's
she
so
was
cool.
comfortable. She wasn't gonna stretch or preach or push herself way out there.
Hey,
She didn't record that way. So
no,
she can stay right in that pocket right now and it be butter
yes,
all
yes.
day.
My life story. I said, come on, Gladys. And
Dude,
then
I'm telling you,
she helped me this.
which train you want to get on, Doc? I'm telling you, sir,
Oh man.
it's great, man. It's great. It's great. So every artist, I think we all are on this journey of finding ourselves, of finding our uniqueness. And I think if I can encourage any artists out there, I want you all to understand and know. And that's artists, that's all of us, because all of us are creatives in one form or another, right?
Yeah.
And so for every artist, you have to find your unique sound. You got to find your unique sound. And watch this. It was already given to you at birth.
Come on, man.
All of us, our vocal cords are just as unique as our thumbprint or our fingerprint. There are people that can imitate, talk like us, and imitate, sing like us, but nobody really can be us.
Exactly.
Nobody really does sound like us. Nobody really does sound like this guy over here. Nobody really does sound like Delwin Eiland, and that's the uniqueness. That's the mojo. That's your magic. You know what I'm saying? Is that you have this uniqueness that nobody else has. And if I can get people to capitalize on that, that's your money.
Yeah.
But most people shy away from that. They say, no, 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 no. I want that you. I want that raw, that uniqueness. It don't have to be, you don't have to have the range of all. No, no, no. Stay right there. If you're a baritone, stay right there and Barry White us to death.
Give us that berry.
give, listen, give us that Barry or baritone, either one. They're all in the same family, man. And so yeah, that's a real journey. And I appreciate you being honest and transparent about that because that's something most artists do go through. Most creatives are trying to find themselves and find the uniqueness. But when you get in that pocket, Doc, oh, the glory really comes.
Yeah, it's over. And
Yeah.
nobody, yeah, I feel like when you lean into yourself, when you find out who you are as a writer, as an artist, nobody can tell you differently. Nobody can sell you on another personality or another sound. It's like, no, I like what you're doing, and what you're doing could work for you, and more people could hear it or whatever. But this right here, baby, this is me.
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to be in that place now, man. Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So what I want to do is I want to start by let's listen to some of your music, man. You have some great stuff out there. I'm gonna throw you off. I'm gonna sing a couple ones that you probably even forgot about. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh,
It's dude. It's some great offerings out here, Doc, that you don't need to sleep on. I'm telling you, there's some great offerings out here that you need to dig back up and say, wait a minute, let me do something with that. I'm telling you, bro. You
okay.
got some great offerings out in these streets.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. And so I appreciate your gift. So I want to talk about the first song I want to listen to is this song called Still Near.
Yes, sir.
So give me the place you were at when you wrote this song.
Yeah. So I was a worship pastor at Willow, and at the time, I think I was leading primarily high school ministry and then leading our midweek services. And this is when Willow was, we would get in Willow worship together, and sometimes we would just get in a room and write. And one of my buddies, his name is James. Shout out to James Pake.
Oh, dope.
James hit me. He was like, D, I think I got a song that could work in youth. And then he started playing these progressions, and he wrote that chorus, man. Jesus, even when the mountains fall, even when the oceans roar, wrote everything up until the line, even when my strength will fail, even when it feels like hell. And
Yeah,
so when bless you, baby, my daughter's ever sneezing.
it's all good.
When he wrote the first half of it, I was like, yo, I think we need to say even when it feels like hell. And the thing was like, yo, I don't know if we could sing that in church. It's like, come on, no, man, no, like, because that's the reality. Like that is the hit home point. Even when it feels like hell, I can trust that you are still near.
Right.
One of my favorite passages from the psalm, like the psalmist says, for me, your nearness is my good.
Mm.
So regardless of how I feel about it, regardless of whether the situation feels like hell, regardless of whether I'm sinning, it's always better for me to be near you.
Mm.
And then from there, like um, we hit the verses, and I wrote melody and stuff like that, and we collaborated on what those lyrics would be, and just this constant thing of like, when this is happening, when this is happening, when this is happening, it don't matter because you're still near. And so yeah, yeah,
All right. Let's listen to a little bit of Still Near. This thing
yeah,
here, man. Let's go.
cool. When I'm in my feelings, I'm questioning you. I'll wait for your whisper to come and tell me the truth. When I can't remember the meaning of life, your word like a song over my soul gets me through the night. And you tell me that your love is forever, no matter the weather, you are near. Jesus, even when the mountains fall, even when the oceans roar, you still. Jesus, even though my strength will fail, even when it feels like hell, you are still.
Sir.
Bless you, bro. Bless you,
Dude,
man.
that is great, man. It's great. It's authentic lyrics. I think it's relatable. People can relate to that, especially during this crazy time that the world is going through right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's man, it's a relative song. So thank you so much for that offering. Nicole McCowan,
There you go.
yeah, she says such a good song, and it has blessed me so much during this time. So thankful for these lyrics and the message in the song.
Thank you.
So, bro, man, that's real, bro. So, thank you so much for that. That's a great offer, man.
Love
That's a really dope song. So, I mean, and that I'm glad you came back to When It Feels Like Hell, because it's a great description, and people can relate to that. And so that's really good, Doc.
it.
Really good, sir.
Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate that. And
Really,
again,
really good.
shout out to my boy James, man. His pen is crazy, and he's raw and authentic with the lyrics. And I got the chance to work with him for maybe like 4 years, 3 or 4 years
Okay,
at Willow, and he's still there plugging away. So shout out to my boy James. If you're not on
that's
here,
what's
like
up.
if you're watching, like tag him. So yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So the next song that I want to pull up is the song called Highest. So what inspired you to write this particular song?
Yeah, man. So like I was saying, we moved here to Grand Rapids a little bit over a year ago, and we were in this Advent season. And when we got to Grand Rapids, I didn't have a ton to do, so I would sit in my office and just write. And I got this idea of like taking an older text, whether it be a sacred text or just taking like a really old piece of music and just kind of repurposing it in a way. And so I was listening to Handel's Messiah, and
Mm.
you know, glory to God. So like the whole glory to God in the highest thing, that line just kind of stood out to me, and then also like it's a line from Scripture: "Glory to God in the highest, and peace on earth, goodwill toward men." So I just thought like um, it would be an impactful thing, always an impactful thing. Go sit down, baby. Always an impactful thing for the church and for the believers to sing about the glory of God. And this kind of lilting 6/8 thing just came to me. And then for the verses, I was just like, okay, I want to tell the story. You know what I mean? Like I want to tell the story from the beginning of it, and then get to this point of prophecy. Behold, the knee of every man shall bow before this child. And so yeah, it came to me over a short time, and then I worked on this and Still Kneel with my buddy Zach Kranz. Hold on, baby, please go sit down. Daddy, can I watch your Daddy life, bro? I worked on these two songs with my boy Zach Kranz. And so I demoed out guitar, like acoustic guitar and piano stuff. And then I did this vocal thing in the bridge that was just like, all right, let me experiment and see what comes out. Send it to him, and yeah, and the final product came down.
Yo, this is highest. Let's listen to some of it.
Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear the Son of God, the Maker of eternity shall make his place with us. Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest.
I love that. Man, listen, I love everything about this song. I love everything about it. It's already told you, yeah, that for those of you that have been of seeing the greatest gift, that we're gonna get Delwin in the greatest gift. But that one is such a great song, man. It's such a great song. So you write for yourself. You have several songs. So all these songs are available on Spotify, on iTunes. So those of you that are watching, if you have not gotten this music, please do. Please do. It's great music. It's great music just to connect with God, or just, I mean, it's just great chill music just to get you in a good space. So I really appreciate these songs. So Delwin, you actually, even though you have music out and you write songs for yourself, you write for other people as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to one of the songs that you wrote by Jamie, that you did for Jamie, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, this was one of the first songs I wrote when I learned how to play guitar. And a couple little chords can turn into
Wow.
something beautiful. And so I played this for Jamie, man, like 2005, and he was like, D, I love that song, man. And he was a little ways away from getting ready to release a record. And so when he decided that he wanted to put a record out, which I think was like 2009 or 2010, he's like, yo, man, I want to put 317 on it. And I was like, all right, all right. So he and I, we got together and ended up writing like a vamp bridge thing that attaches onto it. And he took it into the studio and he produced it and had the best musicians in Chicago on it. And I was just grateful to be a part of his project, man. So this is 317.
317 by Jamie Simon. Let's listen to it.
Time it with me, be close to me.
As I sing this song to you, sing over me, 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 sing over me. Oh, well, be close to me, as I sing this song to you. I want you to be close, Father. Please sing along, baby. Sing along. That Jamie Simon, I can't do it. Jamie Simon.
He is unreal, man. And he put this, Jamie is like an amalgamation of so many of your favorite singers, Stevie and Daryl Coley and like Charlie Wilson and Michael Jackson and everybody dope that you can think of just kind of rolled into one. And man, he put that Mike Jack vibe on it. And I said, all right, man, this is I could have never thought about that. I could have never done it. But he took it and he really made that record come alive, man. So I owe so much to James, to Ron Simon, man. He I call him Pops, man. Like he fathered me in some major ways, man, and brought me up in worship leading and brought me up in writing and leadership and how to be a man and all of this stuff, man. And for him to give me a placement on his record was a confidence builder, because I was I was young, man, like 22, 23, and he decided to put this song on his record, man. So yeah.
Well, it's a dope song, man. It's a great song nonetheless. And so, man, I appreciate that. So let's talk about what's another song that you've written for another artist.
So when I was at Willow, I wrote a tune on it. Do you remember Nate Pointer?
I do remember Nate. Yeah.
So I put a song on a Nate Pointer album. He did a live recording some years ago, and I wrote a song in Aaron's studio called Revelation 4, and I don't have that queued up, but when I was at Willow, I got together with a couple other writers and I put together this kind of up-tempo thing called Anchor. And then one of the guys, he left Willow and went to a church called Cherry Hills, and then they put it on their record. So it's completely different vibe, it's got like this it's like synthy kind of rock thing that was popular in kind of evangelical church circles for a little while. So in terms of stuff published,
let me since you called for it, let's see something. Let's see. This is Revelation 4.
Oh wow, bro.
That's right. Snap your fingers, clap your hands. Whatever feels good to
you. Corey Keys, Martin did the music for this one.
As I stand in awe of who you are, I can imagine what heaven must be like. With your hand, you're reaching out to me, calling me, telling me to draw nigh. And I can see angels bowing down before you, casting down their golden crowns round the throne of grace. Sing, holy, 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 to the Lord of hosts. I want to join them. Father, I lay before you. Let me fall down at your feet, giving my worship to you.
Yeah. Yes, sir, doctor. Good stuff, man.
Thank you.
So you also wrote for Amy Richardson too. So tell me about the song Anchor.
Like that's the song I was talking about at Willow. Myself, a guy named Brandon Grissom, and Marshall Hall. We wrote this tune, and I did the demo, was just like in my office, and I put together drums, electric guitar, keys, and all of this stuff, and then we got together, put a melody and some lyric to it, and then it transformed into more of like a synthy kind of vibe, and I think it's been a mainstay at this church called Cherry Hills out in Colorado that my boy Brandon is at. So the song is Cherry Hills Church, and it's featuring Amy Richardson, who was one of their worship leaders.
Okay, so this is Anchor.
There's Anchor.
Here we are in your presence, hands lifted high, our hearts are open. Oh, we sing in faith, believing your promise. Our hope in you will never be broken. You lead us on and on and on. Lead us on and on and on. Lead us on and on and on. We're never alone. I can trust.
Dude, that's solid right there, dude.
Thank
That's
you.
solid.
Thank
That's
you.
solid, man. That's solid.
Thank
So, man,
you.
you're just such an artist at heart, man. So, where do you draw inspiration from as a creative?
Man, that's a great question. Thank Nicole. Myself and Brandon, Marshall, and Phil Shaw produced that song. So yeah, we wrote that song maybe a little bit less than a handful of years ago at Willow.
That's dope, man.
Man, inspiration for me comes from so many different places, but I'll say primarily the scriptures. But I often find the story in the scripture that can be relatable to real life. And so it doesn't necessarily always come out as a worship tune, like as a congregational kind of tune per se. But I take a look at like the life of Job, and I'm like, yo, his life sucked for a little while. You know what I mean? Like I wonder where the story pops. I love you, man. Jamie's on here. I love you, love you, love you, love you, Jamie. You know it.
Jay Simon. Bless your soul.
But yeah, I mean, I would take that and just think about how much his life sucked. You know what I'm saying? And then find out like where's the song in that. And so finding the humanity really in the divine, and finding a humanity that's tucked within like sacred text. I wrote this tune and it's not mixed or whatever. Like I could play it, but it's not mixed. Like it's just like a little video thing that I did a couple years ago. But I mentioned like going through the minor prophets, and one of the minor prophets, and I forget the name of him now, but like his wife was a prostitute, right? And but his name meant salvation. And so I wrote this tune called Salvation's Broken Heart, talking about how, you know, the chorus of it is, even if you break me, even if it takes my all, I won't stand on the sidelines and let you fall. And so like it's this dual narrative of this is what God is saying to us, and this is also what this brother is saying to his wife. And so I love reading the scriptures and then finding the story, and then outside of that, just knowing people and having conversations with people and being a part of their lives, and trying to draw the art out of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Drawing the art out of what we see people experiencing and going through on a regular day-to-day basis.
But that's a real place, and I think all art should reflect the times that we live in, and the stuff that's going on right now. So man, your songs are always inspirational. They always connect in a great place, man. And so I just appreciate you being open enough to be able to draw inspiration from
Yep.
these different things that give you inspiration. I always try to coach, as I'm coaching creatives, that we're none of us can tell somebody where they get inspiration from. You know what I'm saying? Because we're creatives, right? We're creative. So
Yeah.
we're closest to God when we are creating.
Exactly.
And so different, everybody draws inspiration from different things. And so the fact that you can use your belief systems and use scripture to find the human experience and then create a song that helps people to amend a heart or to encourage a soul, man, all that stuff is awesome, bro.
Thank
So
you.
I just appreciate you for yielding yourself in those moments, man, because we have options as creators. All of us do have options. We have choices. We can either be better or
Yep.
bitter. That's it.
Hey, that's good, man.
That's the only lane we're gonna live in. We're gonna live in the lane where we're making better, and we live in a life surrendered, where we're constantly getting better. We're surrendering to God. We're surrendering to ourselves, and we're making sure we're tending to our ish, and we're becoming better. Or we become bitter, and then we hear that. Either way, it's giving off stuff, right?
Yeah, something
So
off.
either way, you producing whatever is you producing either way. So
Exactly.
you just determine what type of creator you're gonna be. And
Yeah.
so I just appreciate you for always yielding, man, and allow your creativity to speak to the again the human condition, but also to the soul of man. So thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
No doubt. No doubt.
that's dope as ever, man. And so what are you doing now? So you're in Michigan. So tell me about what you're doing now
Yeah,
currently.
so I'm a worship pastor at Morris Hill Bible Church is in Grand Rapids, Granville, Michigan, actually suburb, and we're getting ready to plant another campus, and it's crazy even to say that with all this COVID stuff, and there are a lot of, unfortunately, like a lot of churches that aren't surviving in it.
Yeah.
This was a
COVID-19. Oh man.
Yeah, this was a plan that we had, obviously prior to COVID, and the reason why Ashley and I ended up coming to Mars Hill, and so it was supposed we were supposed to launch this thing 2 weeks ago, dog. But obviously, in March everything kind of shut down, and so everything has just been kind of placed on not the back burner, but put on hold in some major ways, and so I'm the worship pastor here, responsible for the worshiping community and song selection and theology of worship. And I get to work with some great people, uh, not the least of which is a guy named Troy Hatfield, who was the worship pastor here for 16 years and is now the associate pastor. And so I get the chance to work under him, alongside him, and really learn from him and kind of carry the mantle that he's carried for so long. And in addition to that, man, writing and just going through my song book and saying, okay, like let's record this one and let's put this one out this year, let's put this one out this month, and so on and so forth, man. So just kind of being selective um and I think, yeah, being selective and giving what I've created to the world. And I mean, another part of vulnerability is I wish I could give it all. And as creatives, um, creative artists of any kind, like there's a selectiveness about making things right and making sure that you put out the right thing into the world. And so I'm slowly in the process of that. I got a couple songs, one that I'm gonna record hopefully next weekend about yeah, man, about the shootings and things that have happened, brothers losing their lives, whether it be at the hand of the police or in these kind of race related situations. And so um, I've been in that bag a little bit and just trying to process these parts of the world through my writing, and so yeah.
I think, yeah, man, I think that's dope. And like I said before, the art should reflect the times that we live in. And there's so much that's going on in the world. And so I end every one of my shows by saying stay positive and stay creative. Because these are times where we should be drawing some of the best art, because there's a lot of hurt that's happening, right? There's a lot of hurt that's going on. There's a lot of disappointment that's going on. And these are those great places, or I should say grave places, because there's a lot of things that's dying around us, but that's room for life as well, right?
Exactly.
And so I said this probably my first moments of clarity I did. I was talking about during this time of Corona or whatever we call it, Thug Corona. I call it Thug Corona, but anyway.
Bro, I got one of your shirts, man. And
Oh, that's right. You do. Which one did you get?
it's the one that says like "Be a good neighbor, stay over there" or something. Bro, people see that shirt and read it and they start dying, man. So,
Dude, it's the realest thing, man. And so most people don't even know. I designed that shirt like in February. Like soon as I heard about Thug Rona potentially coming over here, I immediately got scared and I was like, "Oh, listen, I love all y'all, but
get from around me, man.
listen, be a good neighbor, but stay way over."
Yeah,
And that's a nice thing to do, right? Just
right.
love me from a distance. So there's a link below. You can check out my website and check out some of the shirts. Delwin has one. This is one of them too. I'm King. But yeah, thank you, man. That's a cool shout out. I forgot you do. Mom just got one too. She got for her birthday. She has the one healed people heal people.
Yeah. Yes. Shout out to my mama, man.
Ruth Eiland. I love that woman right there, man. So that's dope, man.
This has been a year for my mom, man. She's experienced quite a bit. And I won't tell her full story, man. But when you talk about a woman whose faith walk is solid gold, dog. Hey, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know. I get it. And every time I encounter Ruth, what I love about her, man, is that she's always the same. Yeah. She's always bubbly. She's always giving you great energy. She's always loving. And it's not just because it's us. I see her do it for everybody. And that's a beautiful thing, man, for her to radiate such just great energy in the earth, man. So I'm constantly blessed by her. Every time I see her, even if I'm having a rough day, I can see her and I'm immediately light up because I know she got something to give me. And the energy exchange is just like, thank you so much. I needed that pick me up today. So I'm constantly praying with her and for her all the time. Every time she crosses my mind, because she's just one of those dope souls, man. I just love her for who she is. She's authentic, and when she don't like something, she's gonna be vocal about it. I love all of that. I love all of that.
It's and as a son, she won't tell me too much about when she not feeling something, but when she not and she finally tell me, it's like, damn, mama, all right, you're right. Yeah. It's that. So I love my mama, bro, and she's a warrior, man.
She's dope. She's amazing, and I love everything about her. I love everything about her. She can't do no wrong in my book. Oh, Jamie, we already played it, bro. We played 317. It was dope too. We heard you giving them MJ vocals on there. We played it. We listened to it. We were sitting there like, listen, we couldn't even get through. We said, let's cut this off because this is gonna stress us out a little bit. It was solid, man. You killed that thing. Yeah, man. So, dude, you're such a great creative man, and I just appreciate everything that you bring to the situation. I want to talk about Salem, and I want to talk about us working on the greatest gift, on the greatest gift. Particularly, I want to talk about that Herod song. So the greatest gift is a theatrical musical that I wrote at Salem, 2008, 9, 10, whatever. And we were in the midst of course, if you know the Christmas story or whatever, King Herod is extra or whatever, and slaughters the kids and all this crazy stuff. Either way, I wanted to, because when I'm writing, I actually tried not to write a villain in the story. And so we were able to come up with two amazing songs. I forgot about the other one. So we had Herod's Rant, and then the opera joint. Remember that?
King?
Yeah, Another King, bro.
No, I listened to that song. Yesterday after we did the test joint, and I'm telling you, I've completely forgotten about it. And I was like, man, that's actually
Dude,
That
another
works.
king means another crown.
I was
Another
like,
crown.
it works, man.
Dude, that thing is amazing. Trust me.
Yeah,
I
man.
want so I'm gonna come back to another king because it's beautiful, Doc. But that Herod rant, we was going back and forth, and I said, I want Herod to be mad and throw a temper tantrum. And you was like, all right, yeah, okay, we're gonna try to work on it. And I'll never forget this one night. I
And
was in the office working, and then and you pulled up, you came in the office, you was like, yo, I think I got it. I said, what's going on? You said, man, dude, this police officer just pulled me over, man. This dude ticked me off so bad, man. He said, I got the verse, hold on. He said, play the track. So go find number one. You look, I was like, that's it. So tell me about that whole experience, how you came up with that rant part of the song.
yeah, dog. So I was driving back from Champaign, Illinois to Chicago. And I'm gonna tell you, I can't even be mad with the cop after I think about it. I was going about 80. I was going about 85 and a 65. Man, I was driving like a bat out of East Hell, dog. And so this cop pulls me over and it's like, sir, you know, you going, 20 miles over the speed limit. And I'm young, like I'm trying to get back to Chicago. I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. Like I wouldn't had I had my head on straight, I wouldn't have given this dude no kind of negative energy because it could have gone a different way. But so he gave me this ticket, man, and the ticket was expensive, dog. It was like 100 something. And I'm 25, 26. I ain't got $100 for no ticket.
Man.
But he gave me that thing and I drove back. I got it in like Kankakee, I want to say, which is probably an hour and some change outside of Chicago. And the whole time after getting that ticket, I was listening to this track because we had tracked out all of the music.
Right.
Shout out to Keys and Marcus Kenzie and Aaron.
Yeah.
Like we tracked out all of the music. I think before I had lyrics for anything, like I just knew exactly what I wanted the music to sound like. And so I'm driving back, listening. My wife said 20 over. Yeah, man. I was going fast, babe. That was years ago. That was before I knew you. You changed my
right. So Ashley, you brought him some slowdown in his life. Yeah.
So man, I'm listening to the track the whole way. And when I tell you every word, every single line just started hitting me. And I think it was just being in a place of festivity. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I was ticked off, man. And so and I feel like, when you're trying to write with a certain level of anger, especially for something theatrical, you got to put yourself in the mindset and the position of whoever that particular character is. And everything else in The Greatest Gift is up, you know what I mean? It's poppy kind of thing. And this thing needed to be a little bit harder. And so I feel like I just needed to be ticked off in order to write it. And God gave me that thing, man. God gave me that thing. And hey, Joyce. Yeah, God gave me that thing. And yeah, it was funny, man. Now that I look back on it, I had to get that ticket.
Dude, it was great, and everything landed like right where it needed to be. I think we only changed like 2 or 3 words. I think I was like, man, that thing there, that's right there where you need to be. That.
Yeah,
So it goes back to the point that I was making as a creative man. You can't create anything wrong. You can't create anything bad. Everything comes from a place for a purpose.
Yes, sir.
And that particular situation served a purpose for us, man. And that's like one of my favorite songs in the show, man. So that situation, bro, it served its purpose. As much as may have ticked you off in that moment, bro, it served a purpose.
Yeah,
Man, it really did, dude. That song was off the chain.
yeah.
And so we come back to the second song that King had in the show was called Another King. Now, when I'm writing, especially for a character, I don't like to write villains in a story because I feel like that all of us are not necessarily villains, but victims.
Yeah.
And there's always a story there. Even with King Herod, of course, he gets a bad rap in scripture, and he did some awful stuff, so he should. But I think if you think about the times when in your mind, if you just, for instance, let's say if you was a CEO of a company
Mm-hmm.
and you knew you founded it, you started, you got everything, or you inherited it, it is your company,
Yep.
and all of a sudden somebody else says, "I'm the captain now."
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. The captain. Good old Captain Phillips, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man. And so I understood in my thinking about Harrod's character. I was like, yeah, I understand how he could be like losing it. Like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
you trying to say, is another one out there in them streets, and I'm the CEO. You try, it's another one. It's gonna take this one from me.
Yeah.
Oh no, not so, not so. So that's the way I wanted that song to go. So when we put it together, I'm like, that another king, man, just spoke to the heart of that situation. It was great, man. Do you remember those lyrics?
I do, man. And let me say something about you, man. And everybody that's watching probably already knows this about you, but your ability to cast vision and to make it crystal clear as to what it's supposed to be was a gift for me, in particular, in writing the songs for the greatest gift, because I knew exactly what you wanted the show to be, right? And it wasn't like, all right, I got an idea, and yeah, just do whatever, like, because as a creative, as a writer, like you can have a blue sky and write something and it completely miss the mark. But your ability to be a creative director, dog, and a writer and a producer of this show really, really set the stage for me to go into the studio and create music that aligned with the story. So you get that mad credit from that, man. But um,
Uh, you mess with my tear glands, Doc. Don't do that. And
it's a little dusty.
I know it's like I'm in California and the smoke fire is yeah, it's I'm stressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro.
So the other part of Another King was, remember, it was a conversation between the angel Gabriel and Herod. And so the part of, like, the operatic part is like the angel, and I think he says, oh Herod, why have you chosen to
To
come?
come against me, yeah.
Don't you know the child in Bethlehem is born to be King of the Jews? But where does that leave me? I was born a king too. What should I do now? Another king means another crown. Another throne means another power. But I will never bow before another. Another child means another chance. Another boy means another man. But I will never bow before another. Yeah, man. So
Dude,
and big ups to, I don't know if he'll ever hear this, but Marcus Kinsey. I went in when we were cutting the music. I just told Kinsey, I was like, part of it should feel operatic, and the other part should feel urban and urban, but vulnerable. And I was like, I wanted to have like a key change in it. And he was like, all right, what about this? What about this? What about this? And again, I didn't have not nan lyrics, man, but it was something about what he did musically that made me go, okay, yeah, this is where it's at. So
dude, when I say when I have done the greatest gift twice in California. Every time we've done it, it's sold out, and people always come to me and they be like, hey man, that needs to the music needs to be an album because I can just listen to that music all day long." Hey, what's up, baby? um, but yeah, man, that it's again, that stuff is timeless for one, and people, man, that I mean, every time I've done this show, what's up, yo?
hey, it's Miles. This is my boy Miles. All right, go sit down, boy. Seriously, go.
Oh, Miles, turn it up, back. I love all of that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. So the music from that show is just timeless, bro. I appreciate all those offers, man. I just appreciate, again, I appreciate what you bring in the situation. And so songs, I'm gonna give you another one, Doc. You may remember this from youth church. Me. Remember this one? Where can I go? Who can I call? Who can I lean on when I wanna fall? I got a problem, can't it solve? Oh, dude,
You to help me. That's why I came here.
came here.
Yeah, man.
Only you can save us. Ooh, Doc, dude, you can put a track to that right now. It's ready to go, Doc. It's
So,
ready to go.
so you know what we did with that, right? So that was
Oh
we
yeah, I
took
know. It was, yeah,
we took a sample of like Coldplay's
yeah.
my wife say club going up on a Thursday. Right for my son. Look at him, man. Go sit down somewhere, buddy. So we took a Coldplay sample from Viva La Vida.
Don't forget about COVID, Daddy.
Hey man, I'm sorry.
Hey, let's
Listen,
see. He must want to be interviewed. Is he back? Miles,
Miles, that's my brother Charlie. You want to answer a question for him?
how you doing? How you doing, buddy?
Good.
How old are you, Miles?
4.5.
You're 4.5, man. That is so cool, man. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Thank you. Hey, if you go over there and sit down, I'll get you a muffin from Starbucks.
Okay.
Go sit down.
Thank you, Miles.
You get me a lemon cake.
I'll get you a lemon cake.
Yeah.
So yeah, we took this Coldplay thing and we wanted to do an opening tune for youth church, and I don't know, man, it just flowed out, and then Aaron wrote those verses, man. Kevin Randolph, big ups to Kevin Randolph. He flipped the track, so I mean it doesn't sound like the Coldplay thing at all. Like we just use that as a kind of reference, man. But man, those were the days, dog.
Bruh, I'm telling you, we can put some music to that right now. It'll go hard right now. And
Yeah,
so that stuff, man. So I mean, I appreciate you again for being who you are as a creative. You're definitely a artist at heart, and so there is no way I can have this series, man, without people like you, because you're always in that creative space, and when you're there, you tap into something, man, and you come back bearing gifts.
Yeah, man, you got to, man.
And so I appreciate your ability again to submit, you know what I'm saying? Submit to and being vulnerable to these moments where you are extracting creativity, man. And then, writing it, creating a pen. Jamie called it that golden Delwin pen. And so I just appreciate
that means so much coming from Jamie, bro.
It's real, bro. It is real. So I just appreciate again your ability again to here it is right there. I just appreciate your ability again to be vulnerable enough, because there's a level of vulnerability that each one of us have to be in order to extract that level of realness and relatability that comes to people. So I appreciate that, because what comes from the heart goes to the heart. And man, and you write stuff, man, that hits that. It's that heart pocket, man. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that about you, man.
Thank you, bro.
So for people that want to do what you do, for creatives that want to be like an artist, be a songwriter, to be a whole creative out in these streets, how would you aspire them to start?
Turn it down, please. Turn it down. I've been thinking a lot about. So I answer that like in maybe two parts. But you remember from Sister Act 2, when Whoopi Goldberg said to Lauryn Hill, if you wake up in the morning and all you can think about is singing.
Yes, sir.
And you're a singer, and I showed that movie to my kids like a month and a half ago. So, and I've forgotten about that line, but ever since it's stuck with me and is almost been like a self-fulfilling prophecy or a reminder of one of the things that I think about every morning is putting the pen to the paper, man, and trying to tell a story. And so I would say if you're a person that has that itch, whether it's to be a songwriter or a screenwriter or a graphic artist, or if you're a poet or whatever it is, like whatever your creative expression is that you can't stop thinking about, then I think that is a sign to let you know that you need to get to work.
Right.
And I'll say another thing. I learned this as about being a worship leader. One of my mentors from Willow, his name is Matt Lundgren. He told me, he said, when you first start out doing something, you do it very simplistically. So I talked about, those 3-4 chord worship songs that, they're all over the place. How great is our God or whatever. And he's like, you start out in a simplistic place because you only know what you know. And then you take in all of these different influences, right? And so for me, writing influences and singing influences started with Marvin Winans. Woo! Marvin Winans, dog.
Legend, sir.
Marvin Winans and Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson and Daryl Coley and Jamie. I remember when I was maybe like 18, 19, I would go to either a record store or I would find myself in Borders. And I would call Jamie when I was in the CD section. And I would say, Jamie, what do I need to buy? And Jamie would say, they got Bill Withers, buy that Bill Withers. They got James Taylor, buy that James Taylor. Or do they have he's like, you need to dig in the Journey. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to listen to Peter Cetera. And so just the next step from simplicity is complexity. You take in all of these different influences and try to, like, I don't know, wade through that water, to surface out to what comes to the top. And then my mentor said, like, the last step is it all becomes simple. You go from knowing very little to knowing so much and trying to process it all to eventually, as you work through that process, you're able to just let something come out that is wholly and completely you and is made up of all of these different parts. It's still complex. It's still complex in makeup, but it comes out simply from you because you've worked through this process of, well, maybe this works for me. Maybe this doesn't work. Like maybe I should, try to bend this note a little bit like this, or maybe, that kind of thing. And so I would just say, if you're emerging creative or like you starting writing or artistic expression of any kind, don't skip the steps and allow yourself to be allow it to be simplistic. Allow yourself to stink at it. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself to not be good at it, knowing that the longer you stay with it, the more complex it's going to get. And then eventually it'll be just like breathing to you. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, if it's the thing that's bugging you, pay attention to it. There's a preacher, Andy Stanley, would say, there's a tension that needs your attention. And so if you feel that tension, you got to pay attention to it. And then allow yourself to go through those steps and see what comes out. And best of luck to you.
Dude, that is amazing. That's great advice. Great advice. It's because it's a reality. If it's on your mind, you're already thinking about it. So if you're already doing it in your mind, it's just up to you now to manifest it in this realm. So just get to doing it. It's already in your mind. So you're already doing it in your brain. Just go ahead and start writing it. So all those indicators that you're getting about this is what you want to do, just have the Nike attitude and just do it. Just start it. And again, what you write may not be the best, but I promise you, what you write may not be the best. That's just to you, though.
Yep.
You can't really create anything bad.
Exactly.
So just get to creating. Whatever comes out, it comes out.
It's going to hit.
Yeah, what'd you say, Delwin?
I said, like, what you write, it may not be for the masses, but it's going to hit somebody. Somebody's going to remember that song that you wrote 12 years ago. Bro, when you sang that song at the beginning of the show, I thought that song was like, mediocre at best 10, 12 years ago, but it is stuck with you. And yeah, just that kind of thing.
Dude, I'm telling you, put some music to that right now and it can go. I'm telling you, because it's one of those songs is right there in the pocket and it just communicates the heart of, it just communicates the heart of everything. That's where I want to be. I want to be in that shadow. I want to be under your wings. I find my refuge. Why? It's safety. Man, if I was close to you, I'd be like,
oh man,
there is safety right there, man. So if you don't record it, man, get it together. I'm telling you, somebody will. It just connects, bro. It just connects. And the songs that I sing or gravitate to is songs that just it ain't a lot of it ain't. I ain't got to try to get through no muddy waters to get to it. It's right there, and it's like, yeah, that's right there. And so I love what you said about the simplicity of writing. I think that those are the best writers. You think about the best writers, that it's right there in that the simplest songs.
Yeah.
Good Father, as great as that song is, it's actually a really simple song. And the thing that makes it obviously is the melodic, and shout out to Chris Tomlin. It's a great song, but it's just the lyrics are really, really simple.
Yeah,
but
man.
that's the magic of it. And so,
Yeah.
bruh,
Hey,
thank you.
You and me wrote a tune together. You remember that song?
I do, man. I'm actually going to put it out. Probably if not this year, top of next year.
Yeah.
I'm learning within myself not to be a perfectionist. Because the reason why I haven't put out music is, again, I'm like, no, I gotta fix them backs. I gotta fix that. And I'm sitting there and it's the house that never get built.
Right. I'm with you on that though, man.
Yeah.
I've felt so many times on like, no, man, I want to do it, but nah, it ain't right. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm learning to let it go and let it breathe. You know what I'm saying? And that's with all of my creative all my creative stuff. Let it go, let it breathe. And so yeah, we wrote this song, man, 23. Oh my God. And it's one of those songs, man. It's just like what we were talking about. It's one of those simple songs, but it's right there. It says everything. And 23 obviously comes from the Psalm 23, and it's right there in that pocket. The hook is, you are with me, you are with me, you are with me always. Woo! Man,
I'm gonna tell you, man, like, of all of the tunes that I've ever written, co-written, there have been very few that have brought me to tears. And I remember, like, we wrote that in a season in my life where I had just left my work at the bank. And yeah, Jamie, man. So I just left my work at the bank, and I was in this in-between place of like not knowing what was going to happen. And I remember us doing this in my apartment on 80th and Loomis.
I'll never forget.
80th and Loomis, man. And I just remember like driving and listening to it. And that song, bro, put me in tears, man. Just like I think you get to a point where you start to write your story. Mm-hmm. And when you're writing your story and being your most honest, then it evokes all of this different emotion from you, man. And so like just to listen to your voice singing, you are with me always, I was just like, bro, it crushed me. It reminded me, fast forward, that God was still near, even in that moment where everything around me was uncertain and unsure. He was right there, man. So
it's amazing. Let me tell you how powerful this song has been. It's been an amazing song to me. But there's a friend of mine, and she has extreme anxiety, and she actually said, "Let me hear some of your music." And I just first 23 was and this is the one we recorded actually in your apartment. The first cut is raw, you know what I'm saying? And I says, okay, I'll send you that one. And I sent it to her, and she called me immediately. I was like, what's going on? She was like, listen here. She said, this song is healing from my anxiety. She said, every time I'm upset, every time I'm frustrated, every time I'm about to go way off, she said, I play this song and you have no idea how much it brings me back to my one. And she said, it's my meditation song. I'm sitting there like, you messing with my tear glands? Hold on.
Wow, bro. Yeah, so, you never know who your art is going to impact, man.
Yeah. So it's one and done. So I'm I sent you the acoustic version my boy did in Fresno. I'm just gonna tighten it up a little bit, probably add a little kick to it, and so I'm because I want you to be a part of this process of the production part of it. Yeah. But definitely, I wanted to. It's coming out, Doc. We got to put that thing out, like either if not this year, top of next year.
Never a time when I'm alone. No,
never.
yes,
Dude,
we rolled a tune, man.
that thing there is beautiful. So yeah, matter of fact, yeah, let's get it done, Delwin. Let's get it done. That's our commitment to this process. Let's commit and just knock it out. It's one of those songs that'll get you right together, man. So yeah, dude, we can sit and do this all day. That's who we are. We have so much history. Miles, you welcome back, Doc. This gonna be the Miles show.
that lemon loaf. Bro.
What's up, Miles? What's up? He waiting on that lemon cake, Doc.
I know he is, and then
He's like, you think it's a joke? You think it's a game out in these streets? Bring that lemon cake through. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for being who you are, man. I just thank you for taking time out of your Thursday, man, to chop up with me. This, man, is such a blessing to me, man. Such a blessing to me just to reconnect and just talk about the musical history that we have and just the history as friends, man. I mean, we've always been good, you know what I'm saying? And always being able to talk about anything, whatever. It didn't really matter. We could always just call each other and chop up. And I just appreciate that. I told Jamie, man, and that's what I appreciate about him too, that we can talk about anything, whether it be music, anything, man, or hot pockets, whatever. It doesn't really matter. That's who we are to each other, man. We can just talk about anything, man, and food, whatever. It don't really matter, man. And so I just appreciate you for being who you are, man. And thank you, man, for all the laughs. Thank you, man, just for all of our time together. Now, listen, Walter Owens is going to be on this platform.
Oh, man.
Now, watch this. Now, I'm trying to figure out how is Walter going to make it. Because, I've always been that person just keeping them on the flow. Just
hey, Walter gonna be cracking up from the word go, man.
I know, man. So I'm like, Walter, we got stuff to talk about now. How are you? Because Walter laughs at my facial expression. So I'm like, Walter, how you gonna make it through this?
Hey, but I'll tell you, man, Walter evokes joy and
That's true.
levity, and he's a deep soul, man. Like he's a deep dude, but being around him, you can't help but have joy, man. So I hope people tune in and check out that time. And he's been in the game for so freaking long.
Yep.
He's been around for so long and has been able to recreate himself as a professor and doing stuff overseas, like teaching gospel music to nations of people. Man, yeah.
Walter Owens Jr., man. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you, man. It's time to share that lemon cake, Doc. The kids is like, hey, we ain't forgot, bro.
They over here rocking on the floor, man.
Delwin, man, you're a really, really dope soul, man. I'm just happy that you're in my circle of friends, man. I'm happy to call you brother, and you're a great inspiration, man. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm not gonna let you stop. You're a hero to me, man. So I appreciate you doing what you're doing, and just know you are inspiring people. If you feel like you had inspired anybody, it's like, man, Charlie Tubbs inspired, man, because man, you really, really, really do.
Hey,
and it's not this ain't lip service, I don't even deliver that. I don't even do that. So I just appreciate you being who you are, man. Always authentic, always real, always honest, always raw. And I appreciate that about you, brother. So I mean, until next time, man, please feel free, keep me posted. It's what you have going on. Next time you do your single, you have another song out, let me know, man. Let's debut it on this platform. Let's invite people to it, and let's chop up about it, man. And let's constantly keep inspiring the world, man. That's why we're here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I love you, man. Until next time, man. I salute you, King.
All right, peace.
Bless you, bro. And that was Mr. Delwin Eiland. There he is. Delwin, you still here?
I'm still here, man. I'm glad I ain't started cussing, because
I know.
I ain't started cussing, blowing my nose.
I know. It's like, listen, now that this camera off, Miles, check.
Oh man, I am about to go run and get him a little piece of cake, man.
Please take care of Miles, man. Please take care of Miles. Yes, sir, man. I love you, brother.
Love you too, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Take care. That was Delwin Eiland. And listen, Miles is running the show, Doc. I love all of the energy, but thank you guys so much for tuning in to Moments of Clarity. This is a special episode we do on Thursdays, and we're starting it now. And so you can tune in. You can get Moments of Clarity twice a week. So one time on Tuesday and on Thursday as well. So on next Tuesday, I am so happy because we're starting our arts and entertainment series. And I have some great industry professors going to be a part of our conversation on next Tuesday. And that's in the person of Walter Thomas, who is the CEO of Agency 22 Arts and Entertainment in Chicago, and my girl Nicole Hayward from Houston, Texas, who is the founder and owner of Creative Classic Agency there in Houston, Texas, and also Chris Ayers, who also owns, I think it's Three Chord Management. He's going to be a part of that. He used to work for Universal, and he does himself with SoundCloud, and so it's going to be a great conversation for all you people that aspire to be a part of the music industry or the entertainment industry. We're going to have some really in-depth conversations about how you can start, and we'll allow you to ask questions as to where you are and how we can help you get to your next level of artistry. But it's going to be a great conversation. You want to definitely tune in next Tuesday. There is a flyer also on my banner on my Facebook page. You can check out for next Tuesday's live. But listen, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, Delwin, man. Thank you, bro, for being a part of this conversation. And what a great conversation this was. So please go and support Delwin's music. He's a great creative. He's an artist at heart for real. I mean, he lives, breathes, and sleeps this artistic space. And so I appreciate him for being who he is. Until next week, I want you guys to stay positive. It's important. There's so much that going on, but you got to realize that positivity is a choice. You choose whether, again, like I said earlier, to be better or bitter. I want you to choose better and do some intentional things about how you can help make your life better. Sometimes that is challenging your ideals. That's very important, to challenge the way you think, because that affects your positivity or your negativity. So challenge your ideals. That's our responsibility for living in this life space, to challenge our ideals, to make sure that we are constantly progressing and being progressive. So until next week, stay positive, stay creative, and most importantly, stay clear. So we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.